Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Northern Boys TV, and today I'll be showing you how to trap squirrels with a 110 conibear trap. So first off, this is how I have my conibear trap rigged up. So you have the conibear trap, then I just wind a piece of wire around the loop end of the chain attached to the trap. So this part, you hook it to a branch so when the squirrel gets trapped, it hangs like that. For one, this is good for, it's hanging off the ground so no predators can get at the squirrel. And two, so it doesn't go in the snow, doesn't get wet, and the squirrel, if it gets its paw or whatever, it can't take your trap away. So before anything, you have to know how to set one of these things. You see this here, you pinch those together. And once they're pinched together, you can grab the trap. And make sure these forks are in the center, because the squirrel's going to hit it at the center. It's not going to hit it from the side. And if it's on the side, the squirrel might be able to squeeze through. So you take your center forks here, and this little, almost like a key, just fits right in to the little groove in the forks. Once you think you have it, hold the side, so just in case you don't, so you don't get your hand caught. And there you go. Now it's set. So what I like to do is I either like to put marshmallows and peanut butter on the forks, or today we're going to be using cranberries, raisins, and peanut butter. Just glob it on there, and I'll show you that right now. So usually I use marshmallows with peanut butter and you put it on the forks, but today we're going to use peanut butter, cranberries, and raisins. So you take yourself a scoop of peanut butter, yay big, put her in a little bowl. Take yourself a couple cranberries, dump them in that bowl. And take yourself a couple raisins and dump them in the bowl. So now we just got that little mixture, and you just mix it up. Then you're left with that guy. So now you put it in a small bowl and you put it in the freezer. Once you put it in the freezer, probably leave it until it's hard, so probably like hour and a half. So now that you have it set, you have the bait, now you have to know how to set it. So what I do is I watch the squirrels for a little bit. I see where they run, their main run and stuff. So there's many ways to set a conibear trap for squirrels. So if this is your tree, you could set it like this on the tree, or if it's a fallen down tree, you could set it just leaning on the tree. But I like to, when it's just leaning on the tree, I like to put two nails on the tree, one in front of the other a little bit, and this trap, these little grooves right here, they just hook in there and it sits there. Then I wind this wire around a tree branch, then when it gets caught, it just falls off. And I use the nails too for the tree like this, because they just slip in there and sit like that. So when the squirrel runs up the tree and looks at the bait, goes to eat it, boom, falls off the nails, and it's just hanging there like that off the tree. That way, if you're walking by your trap and you just see it dangling there, you know either it's got set off or there's a squirrel in it. So now I'll show you how to set it on the tree, and hopefully we can catch a squirrel. So now we're basically in the tree right now, because this is here, I'll show you in a second. They come up this fallen down tree, and I have two screws drilled already, and I'll show you how I set the screws up. Then I have the wire wrapped to a branch, and then I just got to set the trap, hook it into the screws, and we're good to go. So I'll show you what's going on here. Okay, so here I have the wire wrapped around this branch. The wire is attached to the chain, the trap is there, and there are the screws. So you see how I have them set up one a little bit in front of the other? I'll show you how that trap fits perfectly into the screws like that. So I'll set the trap right now, and then after I set it, I'll show you what I mean about how they set up in the screws. Okay, so here I have the whole trap set up. So here's the trap and here are the screws. trap fits perfectly in the screws like that. So it stays still. See, I'm wiggling it and it's not moving. So then it's attached to this chain. The chain's attached to that wire and the wire's attached to the tree. So the squirrel runs up through here, hits the forks. Then when the trap closes, it releases from the screws, falls off the tree and just dangles there. And that's probably about 10 feet off the ground here, and it will just be dangling there. And then I'll know when I have a squirrel. So here is the whole thing with the bait and everything. As you can see, that peanut butter, raisin and cranberries are all on there. So when the squirrel runs up, he's gonna try to pull the whole thing off since it's frozen, especially overnight. It's gonna get even more cold, so it'll be rock solid. He'll try to pull it off, pull the forks with it. This will release, snap. You got a squirrel. I'll leave it overnight and hopefully we have a squirrel either tonight or tomorrow morning, and hopefully you can learn from this and catch your own squirrels. Using this technique, I think I caught 15 squirrels last year. Hopefully I could catch the first one in 2019, so let's get her done. Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of Northern Boys TV. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button. Check out our last video, Manitoba pike on tip-ups. And subscribe for more videos and hit the little notification to stay tuned. We'll catch you next time on another episode of Northern Boys TV.